ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited to invite you all here tonight to see this great show that the students have been working so hard at. I have a couple of quick asks. First, understand that if you are using flash photography, the flashes can become a distraction to the performers. So I ask that if you are filming, that you do so without the flash. Second, there will be a couple of times when there will be some of our favorite songs that might come on. Please, fight the urge to sing along and just enjoy the show. Please do enjoy in a way that's appropriate. So feel free to laugh, cry, and enjoy in a way that's appropriate. Ladies and gentlemen in the back, if you don't mind. In a way that's appropriate and a way that respects the performers. I hope that you all enjoy the show and that you have a great night on this scary evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cap. Wait, don't knock me out, Don't get scared, I'm gonna be real quick. Guys, these people work really hard, these students work really hard to put this show on for you. The set design class, graphic design. A lot of people went into making this great. I hope you have a great show. If you like what you see, you need to go to Instagram and follow KCP_drama. KCP_drama if you are interested in what we're doing in the drama department. Guys, have a great time. Enjoy the show.
Ready for your signature, as agreed.
It's so dark in here, I can't see a thing.
Yeah, this place is as dark as a tomb. Let me get the light. Now, if you just sign these 3 copies.
Mrs. Stowe, I'm busy now, Gigi. Can it wait? Okay, if we go look around outside, just don't wander off. Okay. We have a lot of work to do.
Oh, very creepy.
If you can tell me where to sign, Mrs. Berkeley.
I hope you find everything in order.
Quite satisfactory. Very reasonable. I never thought I would be able to find such a grand estate for such a low rental price.
You find the prices here are much more lower than in the city.
That was the reason behind my decision. Tell me, was this town named after Calamity Jane?
No, it was originally called Good Hope, but the town burned down 3 times in the 1800s, so they changed the name to Calamityville. Seemed more fitting. Now, about my sister, she usually stays up in her room with the nurse, but if she were to bother you or your girls, just let me know.
I don't foresee any problem. She seems to be a very sweet person.
She's crazy, Mrs. Stowe. Harmless, but crazy. You did well to keep that in mind. I'd have sold this place long ago if my father's will didn't stipulate she live here for the rest of her life.
With an estate this size, there's plenty enough space for all of us.
Hopefully.
Signed, seal, and deliver, Mr. Berkeley.
And the check?
Of course.
You start moving in today?
At once. The girls and I have a lot of work to do if the school is to open on time.
I'll let you get to it.
Did you happen to find 2 boys who will be willing to work up here for the next couple of days?
Yes, they'll be up soon.
Thank you for your help.
I'll expect another check by the 10th of next month.
As agreed.
As agreed.
Such a grand estate. It's such for a reasonable price. I'm indeed very fortunate. Well now, girls,
Dear me, have I frightened you?
I wasn't expecting to find a new one from out the closet.
Naturally.
You okay?
We heard a scream.
What happened?
I'm okay, girls. Miss Barkley just gave me a sticker.
Elsie! Nobody calls me Miss Barkley. Who are these girls?
So my students will be living in here with you.
Oh, yes! Now I remember how nice. Shall have a wonderful time. We can sing together and know great Renaissance. Won't that be fun?
Yeah. Swell. So, there you are.
Lucky, but we have company.
Okay, Elsie, back you go.
Please don't make me stay in that room. We have guests.
Don't make a fuss. I'll tell your brother. I usually lock the door. Went to the bathroom and forgot. Okay, Elsie, I'll let you watch TV.
Oh, brother.
She lives here with us?
She has a room in the East Wing. She's harmless.
She gives me the creeps. In fact, this whole house gives me the creeps.
Everything gives you the creeps.
Don't worry, it's just a stage I'm going through.
Has anyone seen Mr. Adams?
Who's Mr. Adams?
The caretaker.
We
I have
didn't
a
see-
list of things for him to do.
We didn't see anybody.
I imagine he'll be around directly.
Where's the telephone?
Won't be installed for a few days.
Well, how am I supposed to call Jeff? Like this. Hey, Jeff baby, it's Snuggle Bunnies! Aren't we clever? I guess fat people really are funny.
Oh, Lynn, stop! Wait! That's enough, girls. Jeff will have to wait. We have only a week before the others arrive and plenty of work to do. You all knew this when you volunteered.
I didn't volunteer. My father did it for me.
Nevertheless, I expect a good day's work for your wages. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions before we begin?
Oh, I have a question.
Is it concern food?
No, mental health.
Well,
When do we eat?
you said mental health.
If we don't eat soon, I'll go crazy.
We had lunch an hour ago.
You call 2 Twinkies and a banana lunch?
You saw my banana.
Sorry, I was out of my head with hunger.
Since you are so food-oriented, Taylor, I will put you in charge of the kitchen.
Wonderful. My mother doesn't let me near the kitchen. She says I'm disaster prone.
Gigi, I will put you in charge of the kitchen instead.
What?
You can help me store boxes outside, Taylor. Emmy, you and Linda can start sleeping in here and help with the furniture. Rooms are in the closet. Let's get to it.
Oh, I hate house cleaning.
Who doesn't? I'll get brooms.
You know, I read an article about a man who was married to compulsive cleaning. It was called Life with Lysol. She had this thing about germs. They slept in plastic garbage bags to keep the sheet clean, sprayed their guests down with Lysol, vacuumed the lawn, and she wouldn't even let her husband kiss her unless he wore his lips first. It was horrible. Linda, I promised myself I would never be that way. Consequently, I haven't cleaned my room back at home in 3 years. My father calls it the burial ground. He says clothes from all over the Western Hemisphere take a scare strike through my room before they're about to die. Kind of like elephants. Linda, where are you? Linda, are you there?
That crossing goes all the way to the hall.
Are you crazy or what?
Did I scare you?
No, my hair always stands on the ends like this. If I could get my heart out my hand, I'd beat you over the head with it.
No need to get so huffy about it.
Let's just sweep, okay?
I didn't see any boys when we drove through Calamityville. Did you?
I didn't even see Calamityville when we drove through Calamityville.
There must be some boys around here.
Boys, boys, boys.
Just curious.
Curious like a shark.
Meaning what?
Now, more than 4 hours ago, you were weeping openly in Jeff's arms while the rest of us sat in the car fighting back nausea.
It wasn't easy saying goodbye.
It looked like something out of Gone with the Wind. Chest heavings, eyes glistening, tortured sobs literally gushing out your mouth. Now you're ready to make Google eyes with the first thing with pants on.
You're just jealous.
Ha!
You don't even know what true love is.
Do too.
Yeah. When was the last time you kissed a man?
This morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about your father. Well.
Looks like everything.
Oh, no, don't tell me. I know. It was Brian Watson. Yuck.
Looks aren't everything.
How about personality? Brian is the only boy I know who collects lint.
If you sweep more and talk less, maybe we'll finish the job before Christmas.
Dear me, have I touched you?
Just sweep, okay?
Okay, I do my share. Why don't you take the covers off the furniture?
Why don't you?
I can tell this week is going to be a real blast. I wouldn't know, I just work here. That's a matter of opinion.
Go! What's going on here?
Man! On couch, go!
Get me out of this thing, how?
Not quite a ghost, girls. Introducing our caretaker, Mr. Adams.
Darn girl like to scare me through permission?
Me, scare you? That's last.
Just trying to take a look.
Mr. Adams, do you always take your naps under the drop cloth on the couch?
No, sometimes I sleep under a chalk cloth on the chair. Keeps the lights out.
From now on, you take your naps in your bungalow. Is that understood?
If you say so.
I say so. I have a list of things I need tending to.
Oh, reckon that's what I'm here for. Been tending to this place for better than 20 years. Know it like the back of my hand.
Good. Then you can start by shoring up the boards in the well house.
Don't nobody go down to that well house.
I've been down there and it's dangerous.
Stay away from it.
That's not the point.
Nobody should be down there.
Mr. Adams, I've got 1,000 things to do. If you can't, I'm not going to stand here and argue with you. And if you can't handle the job, then I will send to town for someone who can.
I'm the only one who works on Barclay Manor.
Then do so.
You're strangers here. You have a lot to learn. You'll find out soon enough.
I think an Igor comes with the house.
That's right. Would you lease this joint from Count Dracula? Crazy Elsie lurking inside and crazy Adams lurking without. A thrill a minute.
Wonder why he doesn't want to work on the well house.
Laziness, no doubt. He should have fixed that up long before we got here. Taylor, would you get that?
Well, hello.
Is Mrs. Stone here?
Taylor, who is it?
Local talent. Somebody restrain Linda.
They usually better behave. I assume you hear about the job.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Joe Tyler and this is Fred Waller.
I got dibs on Joe. I saw him first.
Would you excuse me? Out! You have plenty of work to keep you busy.
Bye, Joe. Bye, Fred.
Not very bashful, are you?
More so than you might think.
How many girls we got up here?
Just the 4. Just the 4 right now. 50 by the end of the week.
50? Football team would be glad to hear that.
Locals won't get too excited about it.
No. You might as well pass the word around. This is a school, not a party center. My late husband was a captain in the Navy, and he taught me the values of running a tight ship. And this is how the school is going to be run. Now about the job.
Where we start?
You haven't been hired yet. Are you both in school?
No, ma'am, it's still summer.
Will you be in school?
Seniors.
Any backup? There will be heavy lifting.
That is fine.
Mine too.
I'd expect you here at 8 sharp every morning. Half hour off for lunch. I pay minimum wage, that's it.
That's what Mr. Barkley told us.
Also, I know the girls will want to talk your ears off, but I'm not paying you to socialize. I'm paying you to work. Understood? I'll see you at 8 tomorrow.
We'll be here.
Wait, we won't be working here after dark, will we?
Are you afraid of the dark, Fred?
Not really, it's just...
Shut up, Fred.
Just what?
Fred's a little spooky, that's all.
You won't be working here after dark. Feel better? There she goes again.
Elsie Barkley?
You know her?
Everybody around here knows.
Crazy as all get out.
Has she always been that way?
No, in fact, she dated my older brother in high school.
Really? I just assumed that she had always been different.
She used to be real popular. Everybody liked Elsie. At least they used to. Better get going, Joe.
Just a moment. I'm curious. How long has she been like this for?
Been about 4 years now. Don't you know what happens here? Didn't Mr. Barkley tell you any of this?
He just said that she was...
Crazy?
Yes, that's exactly the word he used.
Happened just like that.
Does anyone know why?
Everybody knows why.
Her brother, Mr. Barkley, came up from law school to spend a weekend. He got in late one Friday night. He found Elsie sitting up in her room, just singing that song. He couldn't get her to talk or nothing. She just sat there, looking out her window towards the well house. So, he started looking for his parents. Couldn't find them anywhere, so he finally called the sheriff. A couple hours later, They found the Barclays floating down in the well, murdered.
Horrible. That's awful. No wonder the poor girl is disturbed.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd appreciate it if you boys wouldn't say any of this to my girls. I'd rather they hear it from me.
We wouldn't say anything.
Mr. Barkley told me none of this.
Not the kind of thing you advertise.
So let's go for it.
Wait. You boys never did say if they found out who married the Barkleys, did they?
Yes, ma'am.
It was Elsie. Elsie did it.
Come in, Mr. Barkley.
I'm not used to being called upon after business hours, Mrs. Stowe. I hope you don't make a habit out of it.
And I'm not used to being misled, Mr. Barkley.
Misled? How so?
Please, have a seat. I was talking to the boys you sent up here earlier.
John Fred?
Yes, they informed me what happened here, about the murders.
I'm a businessman, not a storyteller.
I can appreciate the fact that you wouldn't want to share such a terrible personal tragedy.
Then why do you insist on discussing it?
I'm responsible for the girls in the school. Their personal safety and well-being is a matter of great concern to me.
Understandable.
I also have a large financial stake in the school.
Get to the point, Mrs. Stowe.
The point, Mr. Barkley, is that the parents of my girls certainly wouldn't want their daughters sharing a home with
With what?
a murderess.
No need to mince words.
I'm sorry, but that is exactly my point. I've been woefully misled. Not once did you mention your sister's history.
My sister is harmless.
Forgive my bluntness. Your sister murdered your parents. The word harmless hardly applies.
She spent 3 years under intensive psychiatric care. The doctor stated before releasing her that she stated no further threat to herself or to anyone else. What happened that night was a terrible quirk, a once-in-a-lifetime thing, if you will.
Did the doctors give you a written guarantee?
You're being ridiculous.
Not at all. If I can recall, most doctors were still mortal men. And mortal men do make mistakes. Are you willing to gamble with the lives of my girls? Because I must assure you that I am not. Certainly you can understand my concern.
My father was a brutal man, Mrs. Stowe. And my mother was a sniveling, pseudo-aristocratic alcoholic. They tormented my sister and I mercilessly. I was strong, she was not. Elsie was always a fragile girl, a sensitive girl. My father detested her sensitivity, and my mother was jealous of her youth and beauty. They pushed her to the breaking point and then beyond.
Horrible.
Not a pretty picture, Mrs. Stowe.
I'm not crass. I can certainly sympathize with the pain she and you must have endured, but still.
To Elsie, my parents were like a cancer, a dark and malignant force that was slowly taking her life away. She reacted finally in a primitive yet understandable way. Whatever demons that were bottled up inside were released that night. But the irony is that my parents won after all, for the very act that freed her from her oppression caused her to lose her mind. She is, and will always be, a child. Helpless, hopeless, and harmless.
Nevertheless, the parents of my girls have entrusted me with their daughter's safety.
You also signed a lease, a legal document.
Under false pretense.
You knew my sister would be staying here when you signed. That is also in the contract.
I want to stay, Mr. Barkley. This house is perfect for my needs. I couldn't possibly find another location before the semester starts.
Then stay.
But Elsie...
Elsie stays! I don't usually wash my dirty linen in public, Mrs. Stowe. I did so tonight in the hopes that you would understand. Elsie poses a threat to no one. And if you can't live in this arrangement, then you are free to leave at any time. Just know you will still be responsible for the year's payments.
A lawyer might see differently.
I am a lawyer. The lease agreement is valid and legal. The choice is yours.
Regardless of the legalities, you have not been truthful with me.
Truth is relative. A lease agreement is not. Look, I don't want to be difficult. I sincerely hope that your school flourishes and that you stay. Technically, this house belongs to Elsie. I'm just managing your affairs. I don't have the authority to remove her. If you can't live under this arrangement, then you are free to leave at any time. Just know I will get my money.
The very idea.
All finished. Not a dirty dish in the house. Is there something wrong, Mrs. Stone?
I have a couple phone calls to make.
I thought we didn't have a phone.
I'm driving down to town.
Can I go too? Can I call Jeff?
Why not? I guess so.
Give me a candy bottle, Jeff.
Are you sure you and Gigi don't want to go too?
Not me. I'm bushed.
I'll stay here with Gigi.
on makeup and brush my hair.
Sorry, Linda. You'll have to go as you are. I'm not at all. Coming?
Okay. Let's go.
Something with peanuts in it.
Come on, girls.
Ugh, my feet are killing me.
I feel like $1 million myself. Green and wrinkled. I haven't worked this hard since our washer broke in the basement and my dad was running around like the captain of the Titanic. Bail, bail, bail.
I sure could use a hot bath right now.
I'm too tired to work up a lather.
Just be like soaking for about an hour.
That dinner was pretty good.
Thanks.
I didn't know you could cook.
It's not as hard as it looks, you know. Really. First, you just open the cans, see? Then you just pour the cans into the pots. Then you just put the pots onto the stove and heat them up.
How about the meat?
You don't cook salami, Taylor.
Oh. You want to watch TV?
If you'll carry it in from the trailer.
No thanks. Before we ate dinner, I was sleeping downstairs by the well house.
So?
I heard hammering inside, so I opened the door. I scared that Adams guy half to death. I mean, he went positively white. He started yelling at me, tells me never to go down there. He followed me out. He was shaking like a leaf.
He yelled at you?
Yeah. Then I guess he felt bad about it. We were standing by the door and he sort of apologized. He says the place just isn't safe. Then we hear this singing. Look up and there's that Elsie looking out her window right at us, singing that song. Well, old Adams drops his hammer in the dirt and takes off for his little house.
Weird.
Tell me about it. He came back out about 10 minutes later. He had a bottle of whiskey in his back pocket. He was swerving. He finished off most of the bottle before he went back in the well house. And propped the door wide open so that the light would shine in. Like he's afraid of being alone in there. Wonder why he was acting like that.
Maybe he's afraid of the dark.
He acts like he's afraid of Elsie.
She seems harmless enough.
Friendly, sort of. I feel sorry for her. She's really kind of cute.
Wonder what her problem is.
Probably this creepy old house that looks like a retirement home for ghosts.
I have a great idea.
What's that?
Let's talk about something else.
What's the matter? You scared?
Excuse me. Oh!
What are you going scared?
Have you girls seen Elsie? Has she been down here?
No, we haven't seen her.
I was taking a shower, locked the door this time, I'm sure I did. Came back and the door was wide open. That girl is a sneaky one. Have to get me a padlock for that door.
Want us to help you look for her?
No! I'll find her. You just stay here. If she shows up, call me. She's probably just wandering around outside. It's getting so I can't turn my back for a second. Get me a padlock, I will.
Will the distraught nurse find Elsie in time? Will the two young co-eds be safe in the shadow-filled house of horrors? Tune in next week for another episode of...
Elsie! Elsie!
Who was that?
You heard it too? Perhaps. I thought it was my imagination.
Maybe it was Adams.
It didn't sound like Adams, it sounded like a...
Don't say it.
What if the lights go out?
Don't be ridiculous. Just because the lights flicker a little bit doesn't mean they're gonna go out.
You're right.
The lights won't go out.
Stay here for a while? It's okay with us.
Take a seat.
Thank you. Oh, and my brother says it shouldn't bother people.
They're not bothering us. Not at all.
Eva will be angry with me.
She'll get over it. Do they keep you up there all the time?
Sort of. Yeah. Except when I get out. And I can get out when I want to.
You sure know how to pick the lock, huh?
No. Daddy lets me out.
Daddy, does he live here too?
Sort of. We haven't seen him.
Sorry about the lights. Actually, through the breaker switch.
Hello, Mr. Adams.
What's she doing here? Where's Eva?
She's outside looking for Elsie. We're just about to call.
You get her up to your room, Elsie.
She's not bothering us.
You heard me, Elsie? You know the rules. You want me to tell your brother?
Don't do that. Please, don't. I'll go back.
Hey, what's the big deal? She's not hurting anything.
You mind your own manners.
Take a seat, Elsie. Take a seat.
Listen here, girl.
No, you listen, Mr. Adams. Elsie is not your personal property. She doesn't belong to you. We live here now, and if Elsie wants to visit with us, it's none of your business.
We'll see that she'll make it back.
Eva, we'll see what she has to say about this.
Adams doesn't like me.
Why is that, Elsie?
He knows.
Knows what?
It's a secret.
You must like that song.
I used to sing it all the time. Daddy would play the piano and I would sing. He used to call me his little songbird. I was pretty then.
You still are pretty.
Not anymore.
What do you mean?
Not anymore. I can just tell, that's all. People used to smile when I walked by. Hello, Miss Elsie, they would say. And at school dances, our boys would ask me to dance. And I would dance and dance until I was out of breath. I had boyfriends. I really did. And one day after church, I heard Miss Sims talking with some other woman. And as I passed by, I heard her say, "Isn't Elsie a pretty girl? Such a pretty girl."
You are a pretty girl.
Not anymore. I can just tell you, I used to go to the doctor with Eva, go to the doctor for my medicine. People don't smile anymore. They don't like to look at me. They think I'm ugly, and the little children sing the song.
What song?
A terrible song. It makes me mad. People whisper behind my back.
Look on the bright side. Maybe they're whispering compliments.
I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid.
You don't sound crazy to me.
But I am.
You'll fit right in around this crowd.
Are you all crazy too?
Not yet, but we're working on it.
See? I told you so.
You girls are supposed to call me. We decided to let Mr. Adams do it instead.
Elsie,
We were just talking.
Please, Eva.
you know the rules, Elsie.
What's so wrong about talking? She isn't hurting anything. Why can't she stay?
Because I say so, that's why.
Bad talkers, both of them. Too snippy for their own good.
Elsie?
No.
At once.
I am tired of staying in this stupid room and never get to talk to anybody. I'm having fun. I want to talk to these girls.
There. You see what you've done? You make it more difficult for everybody. Do you want me to go call your brother? You know how he feels when you act like a bad girl.
I'm sorry. I must go now. I mustn't make my brother angry.
Then come along.
I did enjoy talking with you.
We did too, Elsie. Yeah, anytime.
I'll speak with you two later.
That's not right. It just isn't.
You two mind your own manners. Mind your own business. They have good reasons for making Elsie stay in her room.
Name one.
I can name you two right off the bat. Yes, sir. Two very good reasons.
Are you going to tell us?
You'll find out soon enough. Wouldn't want to spoil your surprise, but I will tell you this much. You won't be so anxious to keep Elsie company after you found out. Yes, sir. Two very good reasons.
People like that.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? I'm taking a break.
What about the stack of boxes outside?
We've got plenty of time. Then we'll be back for another hour or so. It's so loud.
Get on the trailer getting the record player.
I might ask her out.
Think she'll go?
What do you think? I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Try not to rot your teeth.
I think Taylor kinda like you. Why don't you try her out?
Are you kidding? I've only got 20 bucks in the bank. I'm not gonna blow it all on food. Besides, I like Gigi. She's on the diet.
That card's right. You may be able to swing permanent jobs around here.
Surrounded by love-scarred females.
Drowning in the sea of love.
Hope they stay.
We'll know soon enough. They should be going home right about now.
Mom? Is it okay if I sleep next door to Elsie? Oh, she's just a friendly neighborhood psychopath.
That's not funny.
Don't get all hot about it.
She was a nice girl, a sweet girl, and you know it. It isn't right to make fun of a person like that.
Found it.
Great.
At least we have some music while we're here.
Think the school open?
I just don't know. Mrs. Stowe's mailing out letters to all the parents this morning, explaining the situation. She called the lawyer yesterday and he said it was a bad lease. She hasn't got much choice. There's no way she can find another place in time, and she knows all the money she's invested in this place.
You think your parents will let you stay?
I'll have to wait to find out. There's someone in the South Pacific right now. And my mother's kind of the nervous type. She hyperventilated for 3 days when I had a date with a guy called Rocky Evans once. And the worst thing he ever did was hit a teacher with an egg. I just don't know how she'll react when she finds out I'm living with Elsie.
So, you have a steady boyfriend back home, Linda?
Yes and no.
Glad you cleared that up.
I do have a boyfriend. But we agreed to date other people since we'll be a part of the school. What?
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Or is it out of sight, out of mind? The door stands open, Romeo. Just ask her. The suspense is killing me.
Ask me what?
Would you like to go out Friday night?
Yes, I like that very much. What should I wear?
Clothes?
Cute, right? What will we be doing?
The same thing everyone else does in Calamityville. Go to the grocery store parking lot and wave at people.
And my friends said life in a small town would be boring.
What do they know?
7 o'clock.
Yes, I like that very much. It will give us plenty of time to wave at people. Do you guys like to dance? Give me a poison. Fast or slow?
Fast.
Slow.
Slow it is.
Look at them, ladies and gentlemen. I say poetry, poetry in motion. Like as they glide across the floor, their toes twinkling.
I think that's a little jealous.
The friend that stared at two star-crossed lovers. Oh wait, can it be? This man in the picture.
Joe, I think you should let him dance. He's becoming a little bit rational.
Go ahead, dark stranger.
He steps in. She nods. He can feel the quickening of her pulse. She's entranced by this man mystery.
You're stepping on my toes.
Wow, man in mystery has 2 left feet. Shall I play something?
Wait! You don't want to break the lady's heart. She's having the time of her life.
Phil!
No.
Please, Joe, you look so much like him.
Mr. Barkley is coming up to visit his sister shortly. Would you mind if Elsie stayed here for a minute? I've got to get some papers out of my car before he arrives.
That's all right.
Elsie, stay here and be a good girl. Don't let her wander off.
You look so much like him.
That's what he would tell me.
How's he doing?
He's fine. He lives over in Gentry now. He's about to graduate.
I didn't mean to interrupt. It was nice seeing you dance. Please, keep dancing. Put on the song, please. Please, keep dancing.
Did you want to dance, Elsie?
Joe,
Do you want to dance, Elsie?
It's been a long time.
Sure did, honest.
We had so much good times together. Sometimes up in my room, I try to live them all over again. I'd pick out a special day and try to remember everything that happened. In time, I'd wake up, so I fell asleep. But it's difficult. I can't remember so well anymore. Maybe that's good. You're not afraid of me?
Nothing like this happens again.
Thanks for your dance, Elsie.
I enjoyed it, Joe. Very much.
As you should! It's time for your medicine, Elsie.
I don't need any medicine.
Don't talk back to me! Go up, take your medicine, and then come back down. I want to talk to you.
I trust everything is going well for you, Mr. Barkley?
Quite well, thank you. Considering. Trying to get out of business.
Can she do it?
Now without losing a lot of money, she can't afford that.
I heard the voice again last night.
Stop being silly.
I'm not being silly, I heard it.
You're right, you are going bad in this place. There is no voice.
Then what am I hearing?
It's an old house. Old houses make strange noises.
You wanted to speak with me, Olin?
Would you give us a moment, Eva?
Certainly, Mr. Barkley. Will I have time to run some errands?
Of course. Elsie and I have a lot to talk about. Sit down, Elsie. Eva tells me you're out again last night.
Daddy let me out.
Father is dead. Dead people don't open doors.
He opened it for me.
You've got to start telling the truth.
I hate staying in my room more than I'm telling the truth.
It's for your own good. You wouldn't want to hurt anybody, would you? You wouldn't want to go back to that hospital, would you?
No, not that.
Well, if you hurt somebody, you'd have to go back, and this time they wouldn't let you out.
I wouldn't hurt anybody.
But you did. That night. You remember. Yes, you do. You remember. Elsie!
Don't make me remember.
He was a cruel man.
Yeah, Daddy, Mother was cruel.
They were both cruel. Remember how we hated him?
No.
The truth, Elsie.
Mother was sick. Wasn't Mother sick?
Remember how we used to go out to the well house and hide?
Yes.
Remember that they would come looking for us, but they couldn't find us, not in the well house. We could hear them calling,
Mother was yelling.
but they couldn't find us, not in the well house. Remember the things we used to plan?
Yes.
We were going to teach them both a lesson, weren't we?
I was on the stairs once. Mother was screaming at Father. She said he loved me more than he loved her.
But he didn't. He didn't love you.
Yes, he did.
Then why'd you hurt him?
No.
But you did. That night, you taught them both a lesson, didn't you?
I wouldn't hurt anybody. I never did.
But you did. And you might again. You might hurt those girls.
Girls? Nice girls. They talk to me like those girls.
They don't like you.
Yes, they do.
Is that why they call you Crazy Elsie? They talk about you and make fun of you. Adam's told me.
Stop.
I shouldn't have let them move in. Cruel girls. Cruel like Mother. They don't know how angry you could get. They don't understand. Cruel girls. Cruel like Mother.
You mustn't do this to me, or then you mustn't start again.
I shouldn't have let them move in, but it's too late. Why don't they leave you alone? Why do they want to hurt you? They don't know how angry you can get. They don't understand. That's why you must stay in your room. I don't want people to torment you. You were always the weak one. So easy to cry, so easy to hurt. Not like me. Not strong. Like me. We're gonna teach them both. We're gonna teach them all a lesson, weren't we?
A lesson?
A lesson they soon won't forget. Elsie, crazy Elsie.
No.
Remember the song? The one the kids in town used to sing? The one the girls here are singing. Crazy Elsie, seen red, hit her folks upon the head, found a place for them to dwell. Floating way down in the well.
Stop!
Crazy Elsie.
I'm not gonna put up with it. I'm just not gonna take it.
What are you talking about, Mr. Adams?
The well house.
What about the well house?
All that work for nothing. I spent the better part of 3 hours shoring up the boards in there trying to make it safe like you wanted.
I know you did. A very good job. Thank you.
Like I said, Mrs. Stowe, all for nothing. Somebody's gone in there, tore every last one of them boards up, ripped them plumb away.
Rip them out?
That's what I said.
Why on earth would somebody do that?
Somebody trying to get back at them.
Like who?
Like them girls of yours.
Don't be ridiculous.
All that time, smart-mouthing and talking back. And that one's been snooping around down there when I told her to stay away. It was one of your girls that did it.
Mr. Adams, my girls don't do that sort of thing. And I think I know them well enough to state that with certainty. They're not vandals. And as for their talking back, I've had a long talk with them about that very thing. Even informed me of their episode last night, and I have made it perfectly clear to them that they will not trouble you or Eva. However, if there is a problem, I want you to come to me with it.
That's what I'm doing now. I got a problem. The well house is a mess, and I know I didn't tear it up.
I'll talk to the girls. Maybe one of them saw something.
I wouldn't count on it.
You don't like us very much, do you, Mr. Adams?
Beg pardon?
What I mean to say is, you don't like the idea of us living here.
What I like or don't like don't matter much around here.
Be honest with me, Mr. Adams.
Nobody should be living here. This house is cursed ever since that night.
The night of the murders?
Somebody told you, huh?
Yes. The boys informed me. Mr. Barkley filled in the details. Of course, I had already signed the lease.
Almost a cagey one. Covers all the bases.
Yes, that sums it up quite nicely. Where were you on the night of the murders?
In town. I was down at the tavern. Didn't know nothing was wrong till I heard all of the sirens. Somebody came in and said that the Barclays were missing. I came on back. It was me and the sheriff that found them. Took us dang near 2 hours of fishing out of that well. And all that time, Miss Elsie, just sitting up in her room, looking out of the window, singing that song with that crazy smile on her face. Never seen the likes of her.
She's not a large girl. How could she have possibly dragged them down to the well?
Must have taken her a long time to do it. But they say, crazy folks got lots of strength. Lots of folks didn't believe she did it. But there was too much evidence against her. Bloody fingerprints all over the well, and pieces of her dress that got torn off when she pulled off the boards. Plus, she admitted it, set the town on its ear. Elsie was real popular. She was the only member of the family that was.
How about Olin?
Kept to himself most of the time. Didn't care too much about sports. Didn't go to parties or dances. Most people didn't even know he was there. He was a good student. But that's because he was scared to death of the old man. Old man Barclay could put the fear of God into any man.
Were you scared of him?
Darn right I was. If anybody tells you they weren't, they're either lying or under the influence. When Mr. Barclay said jump, everybody would say, how high? Elsie was about the only one who could get away with anything.
Elsie?
He had a soft spot for Elsie.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would she kill him if that was the case?
Since when does a crazy person make sense?
But Olin said...
Olin said what? Let me guess. Said his old man was brutal. He was. Said his mother was an alcoholic. She was. Said his parents were hard on the kids. They were. Many's the time I could have wrung Mrs. Barclay's neck, seeing the way that she tormented Elsie and Olin for that matter. Mr. Barclay was always coming down hard on Olin. I felt sorry for the boy. I guess I was the only friend that he had when he was growing up. But Elsie was something different. Old man Barclay would yell at Elsie, sure, but she pretty well had her way with him. She could twist him around her little finger. But the mother, good Lord, she was a strange bird.
Why did you stay on?
Work is hard to find around these parts. They gave me a place to stay and a steady paycheck. If anything went wrong, I just looked the other way. I ain't real proud of it, but pride, don't fill your belly. I'm a limited man, Mrs. Stowe, and a limited man ain't got many choices.
Do you think Elsie is still dangerous?
I love Elsie, Mrs. Stowe. Closest thing I'll ever have to a child of my own. When things used to get bad, she'd always come over to my bungalow. We sit and talk for hours. Talk about anything. Mine like a butterfly. It would light on why the stars shine 1 minute, and the next, she'd be wondering what made her mother drink. I tried to answer her the best I could, but I could never really keep up with her. Well, I reckon I knew her better than anybody else, better than her own parents. But all that changed 4 years ago. I stopped making conclusions on that night. I realized that I didn't know Elsie at all. There's something dark down inside of her. I love Elsie, Mrs. Stowe, but I just don't know her anymore.
You didn't answer my question. Do you think she's still dangerous?
I lock my door at night. I'm going to fix the well house one more time. Please, tell your girls to stay away from it.
Do you think Elsie might have torn off the board?
I hope not, Mrs. Stowe. I sincerely hope not.
That's it! I can't run
be back tomorrow. We still have a ways to go yet. Mr. Stowe?
I've made my decision, Mr. Barker. The girls and I will begin packing at once. With any luck, we should be out of this house by tonight.
Don't you think you're overreacting?
Not at all. The parents of my girls are already concerned enough to keep their daughters away. Quite frankly, the school will not open. And even if the girls did show up, I wouldn't be able to sleep with myself at night. My conscience wouldn't let me.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
You can afford to be sorry. I cannot.
It appears that I have placed you in an untenable position. I didn't know that the parents would react so strongly. If they knew Elsie, if they knew the situation...
But they don't, Mr. Barker. Their reaction is quite understandable. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some packing to do.
Mrs. Stowe, what if we can work something out?
As long as Elsie is here, there is nothing to bargain about. My hands are tied.
What if I can move her out?
That would be a different matter. But I thought you said you couldn't do that.
Not easily, but there is a way. There's papers to prepare. I would have to petition the circuit court. But I've no wish to see your school go down the drain. Give me 2 more days. If nothing can be done, then I'll void your lease and do my best to help you locate another property. Is that acceptable to you?
Most acceptable, Mr. Berkeley. Very generous of you.
You and the 4 girls can stay until the matter is settled, and Eva will keep a close watch on Elsie.
I won't let her out of my sight.
With any luck, your school will open on time.
I must say, Mr. Berkeley, your change of heart surprises me.
I have my reasons.
I'm not complaining. Indeed, I have a large stake in the school.
I understand that.
I'll inform the girls. Thank you for your help, Mr. Berkeley.
The circuit court already turned you down once.
You didn't think I was being serious, did you?
Well, for a moment.
I was merely stalling for time. If they had moved out today, it would have spoiled everything. Our timetable must be moved up. Tonight is the night.
I don't know if Elsie's ready yet.
She must be made ready.
What if she won't do it?
Then we must help her along.
I don't know if I can.
You'll do what you have to do. We both will. Now go. We have a lot to do.
Adolf is fixing the wall again this afternoon.
You let me worry about the well. Now go. We have a lot to do before dark. It won't be long now.
Olin,
Adams, what are you doing here?
came here for a drink of water.
Been standing alone?
Long enough. I can't let you go through with it.
I'm afraid I have to, Adams.
You do that? To your own sister? Set her up? Make her spend the rest of her life in a mental hospital?
You always did like Elsie more than me.
I'm not gonna let you do it, Olin.
Where do you think you're going?
To the sheriff?
He won't believe you.
Maybe not, but sure we're going through with it. Not there, so get out my way.
Can't let you do that. There's too much at stake.
Is there something wrong with me?
Wrong?
Faults. Do I have any faults?
Would you like me to list them alphabetically?
I'm serious.
You think I'm not?
Forget it.
I don't see why you're so uptight.
I did everything but come around, ask her a date. About the only thing I can do is throw myself at his feet and beg him to take me out.
That's where you messed up.
Too aggressive?
No, you should have literally thrown yourself at his feet.
Who needs him anyways? When he comes to pick her up, I'll ignore him.
If you do that, you know you're jealous.
You're right, I'll be witty. Jovial and carefree. I'll wring his neck.
There'll be other nights. I'm sure there's more than 2 boys in Calamityville.
No, I checked. I went to the Chamber of Commerce to ask how many boys were in town. A prudish woman with gnarled hands and red eyes looked up right at me and said 2. Only 2. Okay, great.
Remember, Taylor, jovial and carefree.
Come in, Freddie, Linda, and Gaga. I mean, Gigi will be out directly.
Why you took it?
Not at all. I'm completely jovial and confused.
You have anything planned for tonight?
2 years without a free weekend, I'm looking forward to a quiet night.
Me too. The constant grind of dating has really gotten one down. My calendar has been so...
Why, thank you.
Why, thank you.
Has anyone seen Mr. Adams?
Did you try his bungalow?
If he's there, he's not answering.
Maybe you drove into town.
His truck is still here. Honestly, that man can be so exasperating.
Don't be out too late. Gigi.
Drive careful, Joe. When the clock strikes 12, I expect to see your happy faces back here.
Yes, so
Have a great time.
we will.
I'm going to take a shower. If Mr. Adams should show up here, please tell him not to wander off. He always seems to be around when I don't need him, and when I do, he's long gone.
Boy, I sure hope they both have a lovely time tonight.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
They just left. The night is still young.
Yes. But I have your wallet.
You did it!
I did. I'm such a naughty girl. They just won't have any fun once they realize that their wallets are missing. Then they'll have to come back and start looking for them. We'll just say that we found them lying on the floor.
You should be ashamed of yourself ruining Linda and Gigi's fun.
I feel terrible.
I'm proud of you!
Thank you.
I didn't check the well house.
What?
Adams might be down in the well house.
It's dark outside.
Said he was going to show up the boards. Someone had cut the boards off.
Why would anybody do that?
Would you guys mind checking for me? If he's down there, just tell him to come back up.
Okay.
Thank you.
He probably fell asleep in his little house. If you ask me, we're wasting our time.
I was not the reason why.
Shouldn't we take a flashlight?
Just one on the mental. You're not scared, are you?
Don't be silly. I just don't want to trip over any bodies on the way down. Last time I tripped over a body, it ruined my entire evening.
She who holds the flashlight goes first.
I agree. Lead the way, Gunga Din. There's nothing to fear but fear itself.
And ghosties and ghoulies and long-legged beasties.
And things that go bump in the night.
Lord preserve us.
Go upstairs?
Someone's got to tell her. We've got to go get the police or get out of here. Go upstairs and get Mrs. Stowe.
Wait a minute. Why should I go get her? You go get her.
Are you going to stay down here alone?
Let's both go get her.
Come on.
Help me! Help me! Yeah. Help me! Get over to the couch. What happened?
It's Elsie. She started acting strangely. I thought she was just going into one of her moods, but it got worse. Where are the other girls?
They went on a date.
Mrs. Stowe?
Upstairs.
Get her quickly. All of you are in great danger. You must leave this place immediately. Go get her, I tell you.
I'll stay here with Eva.
Wish me luck. Help me to the door, quickly.
You sure? Why don't you wait? We can all go to town together.
Not a second can be wasted. Lock the door behind me. She's probably outside.
Okay, I will.
Eva? Abby, you okay down there?
Yeah, hurry it up, will you?
Good luck.
You too.
Lock the door.
Okay, I will.
We'll be down in a minute.
Hurry up, please, hurry up. I will not panic. 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 I will panic. I definitely will panic. She's in there.
Are you sure? Change your car instead. Got it? Let's go.
I thought she wasn't gonna hurt her. I'm sorry.
It's too risky to try and get to the car. Our best bet is to stay together. Eva should be back with the police soon. If what?
If she made it to her car, did you hear her car start up?
No, I didn't. What are we gonna do, Mrs. Stonewood? She's crazy.
Just calm down. There's one of her and three of us. We've got to keep our wits and we've got to keep together. We're going to be all right. Just keep calm.
You need to protect yourself then.
Tell us right. There.
Oh yeah, boy. Look at those sticks.
Hey.
Yeah.
This is a brush, Mrs. Stone. What am I supposed to do? Sweep her to death?
It's still step, I mean. Just
use the
wait
chair.
her if you have to. Hopefully we won't have to use these, but if we do, just try your best to disarm her.
Disarm her? I'm gonna try to knock her head off. Did you see that knife?
Just do whatever you have to do to protect yourself.
Quiet. Listen. I can't tell where it's coming from.
Neither can I.
Maybe we should try to push her out.
Or talk to her.
You might have an idea there. Maybe we can reason with her, get her to come forward.
Yeah, if you reason with her, I'll give her the old beanball treatment from behind.
At least we know where she is.
I don't think that'd make me feel any better.
Elsie! Elsie, this is Mrs. Stone. We want to talk to you.
Why isn't she saying anything?
Please, Elsie, put down the knife. We're not going to hurt you. We just want to talk. You need help. You just want to help.
Do you have your hand on my shoulder?
No.
Mrs. Stone?
Don't be silly.
Well, someone does.
I don't care. Do you care?
Only one way to find out.
Oh, chill, chill.
Mr. Adams, I need the door.
Not hardly.
Wait, you were face down in the water in the well.
Your fist is coming. Thought I was falling, so I played possum. Just heard you go scream and run off. Tried to call, but you were long gone.
Olin, what do you mean you thought it was Olin?
I heard inside with Eva. They must be in on it together.
And on what?
They got Elsie. I heard they got Elsie all fired up. Worked on her head. They wanted to kill somebody. That way, she goes back to the hospital, and Olin gets the property. I told him I was not gonna let him get away with it. But that's when he hit me and threw me, and we got into a fight. That's when he hit me.
Elsie's running around here with a knife. We thought it was her knocking at the door. That's why we didn't open it. Do you think we can still make it to the car?
We're not making any difference. If I know Olin, every wire in the engine is cut. What we have to do now is to find Elsie before she hurts somebody else. I think she might listen to me.
She went off that way.
Help me up. Everybody stay close. We have to find Elsie. And let me even talk it.
Oh my
Well, it appears I have a busy night ahead of me. Elsie will be needing some help.
They weren't in the car, so this is the only place they can be.
Oh yeah, it's clear. What happened to Jeremy?
They weren't in the car, so this is the only place they can be.
Don't you think it's kind of funny? Both of us losing our wallets.
Oh, come on. If you ask me, it's more than just a coincidence.
I smell a rat.
Yeah, and the rat's name is Taylor. Here they are.
I wonder where everyone is.
If I know Taylor, she's probably hiding somewhere close by, laughing her head off.
I don't think so. I think she's upstairs watching television.
Maybe she is upstairs.
More likely in the kitchen.
Let's get going, girls.
Yeah, let's hit the road. The night's still young. No sense of wasting our evening beating Taylor to death.
She's just standing right there.
Linda, come on. No fun and games, okay? Aren't we a little too old to be playing hide and seek?
Wait.
I'll go find her.
I will check the bathroom.
Gigi, come on, girls!
She's not in the bathroom. Linda, Gigi. Where the? Are they playing games on this?
There's only one way to find out. I'll stay here and go around the other side. We'll catch in the middle. Come on, wherever you are.
They're not there, so.
Mr. Barkley?
What are you boys doing?
We can ask you the same thing. What are you doing? What's going on here? Where's Gigi and Linda? I don't know what you're talking about. It's you.
Don't do it, Elsie. He wants you to go back to the hospital. I heard him talk with Eva with the knife down.
Fred, would you drive down to town and notify the police? Mr. Barkley and Eva have a great deal to explain to you.
Linda and Gigi are missing.
If you so much as
I'm warning you. I'll kill him. She fought me, but I was too strong. Nobody can stop me. And when I was all finished, when she was screaming and clawing at the wall, I convinced her that she had done it, that she wanted you dead. I hate it. Get out of my way.
The doctor said that they'll be alright. They got hit pretty hard, but it's not a concussion.
What do you think will happen to Olin?
You won't be seeing him or you for a very long time.
Keep your seat, Joe. If you're half as exhausted as I am, you need all the rest you can get.
How are they?
They're fine. Taylor and Emmy wanted to stay with them, so I came back. How are you doing, Elsie?
I'm not sure. Just not sure how I feel.
Elsie, the police took the medicine that you've been taking down to the hospital. The doctor said that it's a miracle that you're even still alive. Even was giving you varied combinations of every imaginable type of stimulant and depressant there is possible to wreak havoc in your mind. I have no doubt you'll be feeling better in the future. Nevertheless, the doctors seem to think that you should come in for a couple days so they can check you
Back to the hospital?
It won't be for long here, I promise you that.
You can trust Mrs. Stowe.
And then what?
Then you can start your life over. You're a pretty girl, a bright girl. With money from the estate, you can go to college, do whatever you wish.
I didn't even finish high school. I was in my senior year when...
You're in luck, my dear. School will be starting here soon. I'll let you retake your senior year here, and I won't even charge you tuition.
Hey, that's great, Elsie. You can stay in town or we can...
We what?
Well, you know, we can go to dancing and stuff.
I'll take me to them.
Sure would.
How about Elsie? Will you stay?
Yes. Yes, I would stay.
Good.
Great.
There's not a doubt in my mind that everything's gonna get better, Elsie.